it would be, disingenuous for me to say that Microsoft is investing in Dynamics GP in the same way that they're investing in their cloud products. So I do want to be upfront about that. Microsoft is not investing in GP at the same level that they had in the past. So you are going to see some new functionality in Dynamics GP, but it's not going to be very extensive in the future because Microsoft's really investing in this cloud hosted solutions for the future. So this is your image of Microsoft's cloud overall, and I want to take some time to talk about what each of these elements are, hopefully educate you and answer any questions that you have about what does Microsoft Cloud mean. So you probably heard Microsoft is building out all these data centers. So Microsoft has built out data centers across the country, across Canada, across the world, and that is data centers that are hosting Microsoft Azure. And so when you think about Azure, think about the platform that Microsoft uses to host all of these different applications. So within Microsoft Azure itself, there are about 600 different services that Microsoft provides in there. Everything from hosting virtual machines to SQL Server to AI or artificial intelligence, machine learning, anything that you need from a computing power standpoint, that's where you think about Microsoft Azure. So on top of Microsoft Azure, Microsoft is building a platform of solutions for you to be able to run your business, be able to extend your business, be able to increase your productivity within your organization. So on the developer tool side, you've got Visual Studio, you've got GitHub as your documentation source, the Power Platform. So I'll talk about the Power Platform in a little bit more depth coming up as well too, but Microsoft's making major investments in Power BI, Powerapps, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agents. And those are some great tools that you can take advantage of today. Then, of course, Microsoft is investing in Dynamics 365, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as well as Microsoft 365, which includes Teams, but it also includes Office and all of the capability that are within Microsoft's productivity tools today. And then at the very top is where Microsoft thinks about industry. So that is where Microsoft is working on what they call their industry cloud. So they're adding specific functionality for specific industries. So healthcare is the one that they've got built out the most today. Manufacturing is an area that they're developing as well too. So if you want to take advantage of some more manufacturing specific functionality, it all comes as part of this overall Microsoft cloud. So you'll see that built on top of Dynamics 365, the Power Platform, and the overall Microsoft Azure stack. So I hope that gives you a sense of how Microsoft thinks about the cloud. Again, if you're in IT and you want to learn a little bit more about what all of these solutions are, happy to answer questions for that. If you're more of an end user, you may not have to worry about how all the sausage gets made essentially underneath it, and you're going to be focusing on your business application. But just know that there's more capability out there. Microsoft has a tool called Appsource, which is where you can connect with ISVs and download solutions that work with your Dynamics 365 products as well too. Helps you extend it not only for industry, but also for functionality that ISVs can add to the platform. So let's dive into what Microsoft is working on in the business application side as it relates to the cloud. So Microsoft has introduced a number of different products within the Dynamics 365 landscape over the years, but what they're really focusing now on are the core solutions. So when you think about Dynamics 365, you think about financial applications, supply chain, sales, customer service, and marketing. So at the core, this is what 97% of the people that are using Dynamics today are using one of these applications. So for those of you who have been around the Dynamics world for a while, you understand that some of these are different products that they've put together over time, but Microsoft is really focused on creating a seamless experience for customers to be able to use all of these core functions that they need to perform in the business in this one Dynamics 365 platform. So that's really where Microsoft is putting a lot of their energy today in making this a world-class platform and something that works seamlessly across your business. And one of the ways that they're doing that and investing in that is by making major investments in the Power Platform. So the Power Platform includes 4 products, soon to be a 5th one, but as you'll hear soon from Microsoft, but you'll have Power BI. So Power BI is your business intelligence solution. And Power BI has picked up a lot of traction over the past few years as that's released, and it works really well with Dynamics GP today as well too. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. That is your business intelligence solution that can work with just about any data source that's out there. Powerapps is a way to extend your solution to provide mobility, to provide tablets access, to provide specific applications that do a certain thing, or extend the functionality that you've got in supply chain or finance. So Powerapps is what they call a low-code, no-code type platform where you can build an application without engaging a developer. Power Automate, think of that as workflow. Or if you use the If This Then That app on your iPhone, it is basically anything where you want to trigger another action. So if this order changes to an invoice, send an email, or update a value within the system. So think of Power Automate as your workflow engine. If there is one event that happens, now fire off another event automatically. And Power Virtual Agents are bots. And if you don't know what a bot is, they are chat bots that you would find on various websites. Like if I have to go to Delta and change a flight, I end up oftentimes chatting with someone. And one thing you'll find is that oftentimes you end up chatting with a bot or an automated attendant to ask certain questions. So they'll ask you certain basic questions to try to figure out what you're talking about or what you're looking for. And they'll try to answer those questions automatically with pre-programmed responses, and then they'll escalate you to a human if that does not answer your question. So you can actually provide some great customer service through Power Virtual Agents if you invest in that and do that the right way. So if you're a business that really focuses on working with consumers, Power Virtual Agents is really something you should take a look at. So that's the breadth of Dynamics 365 and Power Platform from a cloud and from where Microsoft's making its huge investments.